friends, welcome to or welcome back to the channel Jane Reads. This is going to be the start of another week of my reading, rambling, and real life vlog series, basically because it has all 3 items in for this week. I am starting the week on Monday, February the 23rd. It is Monday evening, just 8:30 at night. I have not checked in at all today, and I'm just getting ready to film my TBR video for the month of March. So I thought I would check in while I had the camera on and to let you know what I am starting the week reading. So physically, I am reading the second book in this bind up, which is called Dangerous Mountain Rescue by Christy Barritt. I am on chapter 10 and there is 27 chapters. Yes. So I have 17 chapters left to go, and these are fairly short chapters. We are following Erin, who is in North Carolina and searching for her missing teenage daughter. She has teamed up with Dylan, who is a canine training officer, trains others for canine search and rescue, and he was called in to assist. And as they were ending the first day of search, they had to stop because a snowstorm was coming in. And as they were coming out of the national forest, somebody tried to run them off the road. And Erin has people in town who really don't like her, and Dylan just all of a sudden feels a protective for her and is trying to figure out what is going on and why do people suspect Erin of something else. And so that's where we are right now, to try to figure out what's going on. I'm really liking Erin and Dylan. I like that he didn't come in with a mindset and assumption just because other people think Erin's guilty. And Erin is battling through, and the perseverance of her for her daughter, to try to give her daughter a stable life, even though the town members are kind of against Erin, not so much the daughter, thankfully. But yeah, so that's what I am reading physically. I am also listening to Lake Ride by Shanna Hatfield. This is book 5 of the Holiday Brides series. And we have met Bridger Holt, who is a descendant of Evan and Henley Holt. Wow, I can't say that last name. He is a descendant of Evan and Henley Holt, who were early settlers in the town of Oregon. And as soon as we discover that he's a descendant, he finds a letter from Henley, and I was like, wait, I know this person. And I remember this relationship, and that is because it is in the book called Henley by Shanna Hatfield. And so here's the cover, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I love how she carries characters over, or generations of characters, because Henley is a historical romance, and now we're reading a contemporary romance. And I am really liking Bridger and really interested to see what's going to happen. At this point, I don't even know what percentage I am. I think maybe 30% or something. But we've met a female character who I assume is going to be the female love interest. But I don't know. We'll see. But it's cool because it is book 5 of the Holiday Brides series. So what's the name of the series? And that series featured a bunch of people, some senior matchmakers who live at a retirement center, and we're trying to matchmake their grandchildren or nephews and that kind of thing. And when we first met Bridger, he wasn't even in Oregon. And I was like, how are we going to connect to this? Well, now we've found that he's now in Holiday, Oregon, and we have found a connection with that retirement center. So we'll see what happens. I'm really enjoying it. And the audio narrator is Luke Ardeen, I think is how you say his name. And he is really good. I really like him. So we'll see. So those are the 2 books that I am currently reading. And now I'm going to film my TBR video. So I finished filming my March TBR, and wow, started out well, and then it went and did its own thing. Tonight's supper is beef and black bean chili from the slow cooker. This is a recipe I should be able to link below. It is so good. Yep, so we're getting ready to eat. It is Wednesday evening now, and I'm coming on to tell you about the book I finished last night. So I finished Dangerous Mountain Rescue by Christy Barritt, which was the second book in this bind-up. Here is the actual cover. And so we are following Erin, who is searching for her missing teenage daughter in the National Forest area. Why can I not remember? It's Pisgah. I'm not sure how to say it. But yeah, so she's searching for her daughter, and she's had some stuff happen in her past that the local police department is trying to prove that she was behind whatever happened. She is innocent, but they are determined that she is guilty and kind of really zeroed in on her. And Dylan, with his search and rescue dog, Scout, gets called in to help with the search looking for Bella. And Dylan and Erin begin to get to know each other and work together to try to find. And it becomes apparent that somebody is also targeting Erin in addition to the police department, but more real threats like painting stuff on her house, like stalking her, like just really she's in danger. And during this time, Dylan and Erin get to know each other, and Dylan has something in his past that he's also working through. I really enjoyed the way the friendship began and they talked and really got to know each other, and the romance was not rushed at all. I was very happy with the way the book ended with the romance. It did not feel rushed. It felt very realistic. And yeah, I really like that. And I did have a suspicion of what was going on for Erin and what happened to Bella. And I really liked the way it came about and kind of wrapped up. There were some things that were a little bit predictable, but that was okay. Like, I was on board for it. So I gave this book 4 stars. Then I started Last of Fall by Lynn Blackburn. I have not made it very far because I've only read for a little bit tonight. I'm on 8%. So I have an advanced reader copy of this right now. So I'm reading it on my Kindle. And I'm so excited to see the Quinn family and Bronwyn Pierce together again. How we've met them in the earlier 2 books in this series. This is book 3, so I'm not going to share a whole lot about it, but I'm really liking kind of seeing these characters again and getting a little update from since book 1 and book 2 of where we are now. It's also had a couple of flashbacks to when they were kids. So I thought that was really interesting, kind of build the get us to know the background of the relationships. So yeah, I like that. Then my audiobook, I'm still listening to Lake Bride by Shanna Hatfield. There has been a kiss now. And so, I'm pretty sure I know who the couple is going to be, but how do they move from like just getting to know each other and a romance and a relationship build? I'm really liking the way Shanna Hatfield tells stories and the setting of, what is his name? Bridger, at this cabin cottage thing with the lake and how he's making friends with various animals. And I really like it. And it seems so peaceful, other than the road to get to the cabin is not that great. But once they're at the cabin, you're nice and secluded and you got the beauty of the lake. And it just, yeah, I really like that. So I'm hoping to finish that one maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. I think I'm just over 50%. I was looking for my phone to figure out the percentage I'm on, but I'm filming on my phone. I'm like, Jeanette, where's your head? So yeah, that is the plans right now. I am watching a little bit of figure skating that I didn't see during the Olympics, so I'm watching that now, and sort of reading. I'm really watching because there was a couple of routines that I've heard a lot of things about that I kind of want to see, so I'm waiting for those to come on. But then I fell asleep. After supper, I'm like, oh, lovely. But I mean, I didn't, it might have been a 15-minute, like a quick little nap. But now I'm awake. So I'm going to see if I can find that routine, and then I'm going to return to reading. And I'm going to update my reading journal at some point. I really should do that. Last night, I edited my TBR video that I filmed the night before. And so now I've got that all finalized. I just need to create the thumbnail so that I can get it scheduled for Saturday. So that will already be up. As much as during filming of that video, it was like I was on a high and then I was on a frustration and low. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out in the end. And I am looking forward to my March TBR. So I'm sad I didn't get one particular book on the TBR. But if all goes well, maybe I can still read it yet this month. We'll see, because today is Wednesday. The month ends on Saturday. And I just started this book, so that might be a little bit pushing it. But we'll see what happens. It is Thursday evening, and I thought I would check in, and I am reading Last of All, and I am loving it. And I really like how it has flashed back a number of years and then slowly moved forward to see the relationship progression and how things changed between Mo and Bronwyn to get where we are today. I've really enjoyed that. And I am at, gotta wait for my Kindle to wake up. I am at 65% and I'm really liking it. And there is so much involvement with Cal and Meredith from the previous two books. And like we're kind of seeing like where they are now, along with Cassie, who is from the novella that I can't think of what the novella was called. But yeah, like, so we're seeing the characters that we've met and spending time with them, and the way they're kind of forcing Mo and Bronwyn to be together, like in the same room and talk to each other at times. And the way that, because they were refusing to talk to one another because of something that happened in the past, and we found out what that was. And it was so funny the way they would like talk around each other so they weren't talking to each other. Very entertaining. And we saw Sabrina. We didn't see her. There's a conversation that somebody has with Sabrina, who is from the original series that she did, the Dive Team Investigations, and Sabrina is one of the main characters in book 2, In Too Deep, which is one of my favorite books. So I'm like, so now we know like kind of more since we left her, what's happened in her life, and I'm really liking that. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I am hoping to finish tonight, but that might be too much of a... It says according to my Kindle, I have 2 hours and 15 minutes left, and it's already 9:30. That might be pushing it a bit, but I have not finished Lake Bride yet, and I only have an hour left in that one, so I will finish it tomorrow, no doubt about it. And I can't finish 2 books in one day because I've already finished 2 books in one day this month, and that's it. So we'll see what happens. I don't know yet. So today's just been another work day. Came home from work. Andrew decided he did not want chili for supper tonight, so we had sub coupons for Subway that were going to expire today. So it was like, okay, we'll go get subs. So we had subs. So I had a BLT sub. I'm not even sure what Andrew had. Maybe a pizza sub, probably. Meatball sub. I have no idea what he had. And then we will have the chili tomorrow night. He just wanted a break in between, not have it 2 days back to back, which I totally get. So yeah, so that's what we had for supper. And then I created the thumbnail for Saturday's video, got the description done, and I've got it uploading to YouTube right now. And now I'm participating in M's sprints and getting some reading done. So that is the plan. And tomorrow is Friday. I don't really know tomorrow we have to go grocery shopping and work, obviously. And I think that's really the only plans for tomorrow. But Saturday, I'm really hoping the weather's nice. We had a lot of snow the other day, yesterday. Wow, yesterday. And I'm really hoping it kind of turns nice again. It didn't so today, and the sun was shining. And if it's clear, we can go out of town to a book sale on Saturday. That's the plan, the hopes. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to read. Well, it is Friday evening and we just went grocery shopping after supper, and so I will do a grocery haul. Here is what we bought. 6 bags worth of groceries and a few extra. So let me unpack and then we'll go through it with you. Okay, so we are unpacked. Let's start over here with the drinks. So a 12-pack of peach iced tea, a 6-pack of Coke, a liter of chocolate milk for Andrew, 1.75 liters, so almost 2 liters of iced tea for Jeanette, our bag of milk, which is 4 liters, and then a 5-pound bag of mini potatoes, gum, Andrew, every single time, I'm sure, cucumber, bread, banana bread, peanut butter Ritz sandwiches, right? Yep. Baby carrots, spring mix, grape tomatoes, taco shells, 2 bags of chips, sour cream and onion, and Ripple. 1 for Andrew, 1 for myself. I am the sour cream and onion. Sandwich meat, turkey kielbasa. Yes, that's upside down. I thought I'll try that. More sandwich meat, chicken strips for the salads, chicken for suppers, and banana flavored pudding, Andrew. And then coffee. So the Starbucks caramel was on sale. So I got that. And then Tim Hortons maple. And some bear paws. So baked apple and banana bread and cereal and chicken pot pie. And now the extras. So I needed some razor blades. I wanted a reusable bag to put in my purse, so I always have one. And then Andrew's new friend. Oh, you gotta back up. Like, I can't go any further back. The sink's in my way. And do you have a name for your friend?
He's the unbeknown fireman. No?
It took me a minute.
No, that was only a few seconds. You're still under 50. You're not my age, so you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he has 2 sons. But this fireman, and Jose and Jose B. Yeah. No?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, delete that out.
We have to put the food away now.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I eat it?
No, not yet.
If I eat it, I want to put it away.
No.
Oh, okay. You win.
So we got all the groceries away, and now I'm going to enjoy a cup of coffee in my Dollywood mug that we picked up in September when we were at Dollywood. I love this mug. It's so cool. So I'm going to have some coffee and I'm going to finish listening to my audiobook because I'm at 90%. I am so close to being done. They've declared that they love each other and I'm like, what's going to happen? How's the future how are they going to propose? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I did finish Last to Fall on my Kindle last night. And I will tell you about it when I tell you about my audiobook, which is Lake Bride, because I figure I might as well talk about both of them at the same time because I know my rating of both of them is going to be the same. I am positive of it. And I really just want to finish this book now that I have time to listen. So I will be back. I finished it. And as suspected, it is 5 stars. I loved it. And I loved the audio of it. Okay, so Lake Bride. It's a contemporary romance set in Holiday, Oregon. It is book 5 of a series. And I recommend reading the series to get to know a lot of the other characters that you see in this one. You do not have to, though, because they don't play a pivotal part in getting to know the characters, but really you meet characters that you see characters that you've met in previous ones, as well as in her Holiday Train series, I think is what the series called, could be wrong, but with the Coleman family, because there's also a little bit of tie-in with that, and then there's a tie-in with her Baker City series, very, very little. But I love how she ties so much together. But in this one, we are following Bridger, who has just retired from the military and is kind of what is next in his life and trying to figure that out. And he doesn't have the best relationship with his parents. His parents are upset that he went into the military after high school. And I was like, really? Really? Yeah. And so then we have the female character who is living and working in Holiday, and the two meet totally by chance. And we see them get to know each other. Then we meet the matchmakers, the elderly matchmakers that we've seen in the previous Holiday books. However, they try to play matchmaker, but they really don't need to play matchmaker. And so they don't get up to all their antics that they have in previous books. And there is no third act breakup in this one. And I just, yeah. And there's talk about faith and God being your guide. And oh my gosh. Yeah, I just loved it. 5 stars. Then Last to Fall, which is book 3 of the Gossamer Falls series. So I finished 2 series. Yay. We get Mo and Bronwyn's story. So as I said before, it does have flashbacks a little bit in the past to kind of let us know kind of how the relationship has progressed to where they are today at this point. So we knew they were childhood friends. We knew that something developed and then something happened to break up that development, but we didn't know what it was from the previous 2 books. Well, in this book, we find out what it was. And so at this point in time, throughout books 1 and 2 of this series, Mo and Bronwyn are just talking to each other through other people. They do not talk to each other because they both said, I won't speak to you again until you speak to me, basically. Right? I was like, what caused that and why? And then we have something is happening in Bronwyn's life that is not good. And who is behind what's going on? And we have the Quinn and Pierce family rivalry. Wow, I can't say that word apparently. Them for years, like before these kids were born. And what caused that? I still don't fully know what caused that. We just know it's a whole history thing. But what happens when they do become friends, and the next generation doesn't want to go off the old family rivals. Why can I not say that with the Y? That's weird. But the way it builds and progresses, and we see them have to talk, and how does that first, like, one of them talk? How does that actually happen? What makes one person, like, all of a sudden they're going to talk? Like, why? How was that decision made? Like, what happened to cause, like, okay, I'm going to talk to you? And things go, and there is suspense in this. There is a bit that, like, nerve-wracking stuff, like action, like, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? So last night when I was so close to finishing, I was like, I have to finish this. I have to finish this. But my eyes were getting heavy, and I was like, but no, I have to finish it. So I stayed up and finished it. I think it was about 12:15 when I finished it last night. And I'm just like, I love these guys. And I love the family interaction of the cousins and how they support each other and are there for each other. And, like, kind of like, no matter what is happening, we are going to be there to help you. And I really, really appreciated that. So yeah, both of these books were 5 stars. And I highly recommend that you give both of them a try. So now it is Friday evening at 8:30. Yes. So now it's like, what book am I going to start? And I am not going to help myself out here. I should start maybe a March TBR book because my March TBR is fairly large, but there's a book I really want to start that did not make it on my March TBR. So I'm like, do I read it now? Because I have tonight and tomorrow before March is over, or I could get a head start on my March TBR, but I'm not going to. I am going to restart Above the Fold by Rachel Scott McDaniel. This is her debut book. I've heard really good things about it, and it just sounds really interesting. I'm gonna pull up the description on my Kindle. Okay, so here's the cover. I love this cover. This is so pretty. And it says, can she nab the headline without losing her heart? Elisa Tillman may be confined behind a secretarial desk, but her heart is out in the open world, landing the big story that'll place her father's struggling newspaper back on top. When a millionaire inventor is murdered, she finally convinces her hesitant father to give her the break she's been dreaming of. But there's a catch. To get her article above the fold, she must compete for it. Her coverage of the story must outshine her opponents. To her dismay, the rival is none other than Cole Parker, a high-profile journalist and Elisa's former flame. Losing his prestigious job at the New York Dispatch is shameful enough, but the reason behind Cole's termination almost killed him. When his former employer gives him a redemptive opportunity in Pittsburgh, all Cole can think of is procuring a second chance with Elisa. The crazy contest her father invents keeps Cole near her, but she regards him as an enemy, both to her dreams and to her heart. Can Cole convince Elisa that he's no longer the man who abandoned her years ago, or will their love remain old news? I'm so interested in this. New journalist, 2 former flames reconnecting with a little bit of a competition. What's going to happen? And it's set in 1922. So that's what I'm going to read. I probably should wait. I'm not going to wait though. So I see the first chapter starts on March the 10th. I'm not going to wait till March 10th though. But yeah. Well, it is Saturday morning now, and we are in the car heading to a book sale. See what they have and how good it is.
Wow, that sounds exciting, eh, Hannah?
Aren't ya?
Wow.
But the sun is shining.
That's good.
Blue skies, nice and clear roads. So in the fields, but roads are clear. So we are back home now, and while we were out, we decided to stop at a few other stores. So we stopped at the library where the book sale was. Then we went to a dollar store, we went to a thrift store, drugstore, and Winners, which would be like a Marshall's, I guess. Yeah, it would be in that vein, that family. So at the book sale, I was a little disappointed. I was expecting to have more fiction, but that's okay. But I did find this Canadian Trivia book, Family Edition board game. So I thought this might be fun to play with our friends and see how well do we know Canada. And then going on the Canadian theme here, Andrew picked up Laugh Out Loud Canadian Jokes. But when I was reading inside, it's a combination of a bunch of other books. 101 Canadian Jokes, 101 Cool Canadian Jokes, 101 Creepy Canadian Jokes, and 101 Hockey Jokes, all combined in here. So I just randomly turned to one. What do you call a hockey player without a stick? A figure skater. And then I picked up this Covert Cows and Chick-fil-A, and it's a biography maybe, I think. It's by Steve Robinson, who was the former chief marketing officer of Chick-fil-A, and I thought, well, that might be kind of interesting to read. And it has a few pictures in it, so that is what I found at the book sale. And then on the book thing at the thrift store, I picked up 2 books. I got While the City Sleeps by Elizabeth Camden. This was at $2, and I'm like, well, my mom might want to read it. And if she doesn't want to read it, I can donate it to the church library. So I'm like, it's $2. I'm not going to pass that up. And because I've read it, and I'm not giving up my copy. And then I found Elizabeth George, A Woman After God's Own Heart, Cultivating a Life of Character for Judges and Ruth. And I couldn't remember if I had this one or not. And my phone wouldn't get service, so I couldn't look up to see when I was in the store. So it was $2, so I picked it up. I did check, and I do have this one, so oh well, that's fine. Then I got some more coffee. K-Cups Eggo coffee with maple syrup. I'm like, I'll try that. And Churro says notes of caramel, cinnamon, and brown sugar. I'm like, that sounds really good. I love cinnamon. And then I got some Colgate cinnamon toothpaste. As I said, I like cinnamon. We got a couple things of Kool-Aid and the cherry. And then we got a new drying mat for the dishes. I love gray, obviously. And then Andrew got, as I show French side, oh, he's gonna come and show his face. Some Colgate Sensitive toothpaste. And some Colgate mouthwash.
She said she loves this, but she loves me more. Right? Well, don't tell them the truth on camera. And I use this at night before I get the kiss goodnight. That way my breath is fresh.
Good.
Well, what do you do to freshen yours up? Her second love. Okay, good. Okay. As long as we got that settled.
Okay.
Yeah. And you showed them my joke book?
I showed them your joke book. I even read them a joke from it.
Here, I'll find a real one.
A real one.
Yeah. Okay, here. This one, oh, we were talking about teeth, so why did the vampire go to the dentist? To improve his bite. Yours was better.
Mine was better.
Yeah. Let's do one more. Okay. Who is the most important player on the Ghost hockey team? The Ghoulie. Now that was not bad. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Enough about that.
We're gonna take him away with his joke book.
Because I'm over 50, I'm part of the Old Navy.
So it's only 94. It's not over 50.
I am.
You think you need a new shirt, don't you?
We go shopping?
No.
Oh. Well, I tried. I guess we'll just stick to thrift stores.
Yep. Okay, we're signing off.
Well, she is. I'm still going.
I'm signing him off.
Okay. Okay, bye.
It is Sunday afternoon now, and after church we came home, had lunch, and we have started watching a show called St. Pierre. And at first it took a little bit to get into, but wow, am I hooked now. And every episode ends on a cliffhanger, and it's like, what's going to happen next? I need to watch, but we only watch one episode a day, sometimes 2 on the weekends, but 1 a day. I'm like, okay, I need to know. It's a detective following 2 police officers. One is from St. John's, Newfoundland, but has been banished to the St. Pierre Island, which is part of France, because of something that happened. So now he's partnering with this detective deputy in France, and then we have the whole police department, and they're investigating murders majority of the time. And the main female character, which is the one that's from France, used to be on the show Death in Paradise, which we absolutely loved. So it's really cool to see her, but in a different role. So yeah, we're enjoying it. And now I've been reading, and I am reading Above the Fold by Rachel Scott McDaniel. I have not checked in since I started this book, and I'm already at 75%. I am really enjoying this. We've got our 2 main characters who both work for a newspaper. They kind of grew up together, and then one of them went away for a period of time, and now they're back, and they want to reconcile their relationship with the other one, and the other one's not really sure because they left them and broke their heart, and now they're back. Like, what? And yeah, so we're seeing that. And then there's a little bit of a mystery going on with somebody has died, and was it murder or was it an accident? And if it was murder, who is behind it? Like, I'm invested, and I like these characters, so I need to know what's going on. But I also came on to show you a couple things I picked up. So I got some e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. So I have some under eye cream that I use, and it is running out, so I decided to try something else. So I decided to get the e.l.f. one, and we'll see if I like it or not. Then I picked up something I absolutely love. I picked up another color of the Maybelline lip crayons. I love these. They're so comfortable to wear. They last a long time. And yeah, so this is number 20. Enjoy the view. And I'll pretend I'm a beauty tuber. Beauty blogger, beauty, whatever they're called. Beauty influencer. I am not at all. But I'll do a swatch. So it's like a kind of a deep pink, mauve, brown, I don't know. But yeah, so I picked up another color. Then I got a couple sweaters. And it has stripes on the arms and the bottom there. Just a little bit of stripes. It wouldn't be Jeanette if it didn't have stripes. No, not everything I own has stripes. Obviously, I'm not wearing stripes. And the next sweater does not have stripes either. But I absolutely love stripes. I do. So I got that one, and then I got this one. It's a navy blue. It doesn't really look navy, but it is navy. So just the plain sweater with the turtleneck rather than a mock neck. But yeah, I have this one. But in gray. The top half is a solid gray, and then it stripes underneath. But this is like the exact same, just in the solid color. Yeah. So those were my new additions to my closet. Well, now I'm going to go wash my hand so I don't get this on anything else. And I am going to finish reading my book. So I'm at 75%. It says that I have an hour and a half left. Yeah, I also need to work on some reviews because, again, I've fallen behind because I'm not writing them as soon as I finish. And so I haven't written reviews for any books I finished in this vlog, so I need to work on that. But I want to finish this book first. And I am going to watch a hockey game and just have it playing in the background while I read because it's not my team. But my team did play last night. It was a Battle of Ontario with Ottawa versus Toronto, and Ottawa won. Yep, so we're good. So that was my Saturday evening, and now my Sunday afternoon is going to be reading. And then I will work on some computer stuff, but right now I'm going to read. I was going to say my reward for finishing my book is to work on computer stuff, but I don't know if that's really a reward per se. But speaking of computer stuff, my two things. Beginning of the week, I put up the spreadsheets video and I made a comment about how it doesn't alphabetize certain sections. And somebody reached out to me and said, what if you try this formula? And I was like, so I tried it and it worked. Thank you so much for reaching out. So now, like, the genres are alphabetized. I was able to get the authors alphabetized when I'm moving it into my yearly stats. Thank you so much. And then just Saturday, yesterday, my March TBR video went up and you guys had me cracking up in the comments about the doubles wheel and stuff. I might have been feeling very overwhelmed when I was filming that and playing the game. I was like, oh, what is this doing to me? But once I added up the actual page count, it wasn't that bad. Actually, it's very doable for me. I did pick some smaller, shorter books along with the longer books. So, I mean, it is very doable. So we will see what happens. But I need to finish this book before I can start any of my March TBR books. So that is the plan. It is Sunday evening now, and I have finished Above the Fold by Rachel Scott McDaniel. And overall, I'm giving it 4 stars. I was invested in the characters and the mystery, but there were a couple things that happened that it was like, wait, what? How did they figure that out? And I was a little lost on some things, and I found it a little bit choppy between scenes at times, especially near the end when things start to get revealed. But otherwise, I was fully invested in the characters. And I meant to mention earlier that this book also has the character of Sterling when he was a police detective. And so it's prior to when he shows up in the book in Spotlight and Shadow, which I read in January with Alma. And so we know kind of what happens to him in the future, and hearing, like, in that book, it tells us about, like, the events from this time in this book. So, like, that was kind of cool because now we're seeing it happen. But I mean, I already knew it happened from that other book. So that was really cool. I did not expect that. So if you had read the books in a publication order, it would have made a little bit more sense, but that's okay. So we are following Cole and Elisa. I'm actually not 100% sure how to say her name, but that's the way I'm saying it. It's Elissa. And they have reconnected after 5 years apart, and something happened to make Elisa not trust Cole. And what was it? You'll find out as you read. And then kind of see, like, can they reconnect and can they learn to trust each other again and put their heart in the other's hands? I really enjoyed it. There is one character I did not like, and I wish he would have left much earlier than he left, but that's okay. He got dealt with in a way. I mean, he left, but I guess he didn't really get dealt with. He just left. But yeah, so I do recommend this book though, because I really enjoyed, like, the newspaper aspect at this time, and like how the competition kind of becomes more of a partnership. and what's going to happen. And the mystery itself kept me invested. So I do recommend this one. So I have now finished 4 books this week. But one of them, because I finished it today, doesn't count for February, but that's okay. And I'm going to wrap up the vlog here so that I can finish editing it. I've already edited all the clips up to this point so that I can finish editing it, get it exported, and then I can start filming my February summary video for the coming weekend. So this week I read the second book in this bind up, Dangerous Mountain Rescue by Christy Barritt, and Last to Fall by Lynn Blackburn, and Lake Bride by Shanna Hatfield, and Above the Fold by Rachel Scott McDaniel. And I had 2 5-star reads out of that, so that's a pretty good week, I think. And we were able to go out of town yesterday and do some shopping and just be in the sunshine. And today it was much, much colder and it snowed overnight. So after church, we just came home and stayed home. Thankfully, the sun did come out, but it's still really cold. And it's supposed to be cold tomorrow, but then warm up. So hopefully, spring has to come soon. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video this week and stay tuned for future videos. Have a great day. Bye.